We have a special treat this morning. I'm talking about, listen, if it was not for this lady, we wouldn't be doing what we doing other than the Lord blessing us to wake up this morning. But sitting in with us for the next hour is the founder and chairwoman of Urban One, OG Boss Lady, my good friend, Miss Cathy Hughes. Miss H, what's up?
Good morning. Good morning. I am so thrilled about this. How long have you and I talked about this, Rickey?
We've been talking about this forever. I just can't, Miss H, I'm so excited. I get excited every year. I just can't believe that you had Roland, and you know Roland is my arch rival and my enemy. No, let me tell you. Let me catch y'all up. Roland and I had a roasting session one day, and we was in Fort Lauderdale, and I was trying to be nice because that's when I first started working for the company, and I was trying to be respectful. And Miss Cathy, Miss H pulled me to the side. She said, "Listen, don't take nothing from him." She said, "Get him." I said, "What you mean get him?" She said, "Get him." She said, "I like that." So I didn't know that Miss H liked Roland. I was just trying to be nice and respectful because I didn't want to lose my job. But me and J. Anthony Brown, we turned loose on him, and that was the end of the night. So that's our little inside joke on Roland Martin, which I'm so proud to see hosting this show. Miss H, go ahead and let everybody know what's going on.
Urban One Honors next Sunday, May the 16th at 9 p.m. is the biggest celebration of black women in the history of the television industry. So excited. I got to go back for just a minute, though, talking about that night in Florida. If you remember, I left out the room so you could get rolling good. Remember, we were on a boat, and I left out of it. I said, go get him, because Roland likes to dominate. But I have to say that Roland working under the direction of Erica Campbell, because, like I said, this show is about women. Right. And but we have a segment called Brothers Have Their Say. But he was absolutely positively an incredible joy to work with that day. So afterwards, I couldn't let him just get away. I said, Roland Martin, whatever person you used as an impersonator to come host this show for me, I want you to use him again, please.
Wow. Miss H, was he talking a lot of trash, Miss H?
Oh, my goodness. It's just his personality, and I call him the dancing bear. Okay? Because the dancing bear is up dancing with all the women vocalists to I Got My Sisters With Me.
Right.
So, Miss H, we want to know, where did you get the idea for the honors and why is it so near and dear to your heart?
Well, it's so near and dear to my heart because I lost my mother to COVID on July the 25th. And it was early into, COVID. And so basically the hospital killed her. Okay, they transitioned her. Because she was 96 years old and my mother had dementia. And so she was not being cooperative because she was confused. She didn't know what was going on. So within a few short days, they told me they didn't want her to suffer. And I was like, what does that mean? And I realized that meant that they were going to put her in hospice. I cannot tell you how devastated I was. The worst part was I couldn't go in the hospital. I couldn't get to her. I couldn't help her. If God was calling her, if it was her time, I at least wanted to be there with her to give her comfort. And I couldn't because of COVID. And, the special element for Urban One's honors is my mother was a very accomplished, very famous musician. Her group, the International Sweethearts of Rhythm, you all should Google it. There's about almost an hour of her music. Most people have never heard of it. 18-piece all-women's orchestra.
Oh, yes.
That toured, not only the United States, but they were in Europe. They were in Germany. They were in, France. They went over by popular demand to entertain the troops. And when I was introduced to Burse and I realized her talent, her ability, I decided that I wanted to do a tribute to the International Sweethearts of Rhythm, and that Kim Burse was the person who could take that music and make it modern, because my mother's band was in the 1930s and 40s. And so I knew it would be difficult to hold an audience with music that sounded like the 1930s and 40s. Right. But I was getting ready to say that, Rickey, I cannot tell you who stole the show was Brat. I cannot tell you how.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
yes.
How touched I am. That's the first time I've ever had the opportunity to work directly with Brat. That girl's got so much talent. It is unbelievable.
Yes.
That's one.
She right here, Miss H.
Thank
she
you,
right here.
Hey,
Girl,
hey.
like you a listener.
That's all right. I am a listener. I'm listening to you.
You know, I'm at home listening or in the car. I want to thank you, Brat, because, you know, we're now, you know, editing the fine cut. You are the star of my production, and I thank you so much. I mean, just, the original rap that you wrote for Kim to include to help modernize the music was superb. The fan zone, your interviews. I mean, just
thank you, Miss H. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
It was so funny. I said, "Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that Brat had so many responsibilities in this production." And my producer said, "Oh, Miss Hughes, every time we ask who's going to do this, who's going to do that, Brat was the first name out of your mouth."
Right. Right. And Brat, you already know when she, Miss H is an OG, when she called on you to do something, you just have to do it.
You already know. Me and Miss H been on the phone chopping it up, honey, talking about life and the past and our families and our mothers and our grandmothers. She's awesome.
Oh yeah, and so.
But I gotta ask you and Brat something. How come I'm the only one that ain't got a boat to take somebody out on?
Miss H, you had a boat. Don't say, Miss H. No.
Was awesome.
Don't let Miss H.
You got some casinos, Miss H. We want
that. Okay, a boat. She do got casinos.
You do the cruise.
Are we getting ready to celebrate a big show? You don't want to miss a Sunday night. Set your alarm so you are ready at 8 p.m. Eastern to watch. Also, the last recorded interview with DMX. We're gonna talk about that as well. But listen, do not miss the Urban One.
Urban One Honors.
The Urban One Honors. Do not miss that. And right after that, the last interview of DMX. Ms. H, tell us about the last interview with DMX.
Right before. Let me tell you the DMX story. First of all, thank you for allowing me to come on with the Rickey Smiley morning
thank you for the job. How about that? Wait, excuse me, Ms. H. You thanking me for letting you be on my show, which you own. Your name is on the paycheck, so don't go on now, Miss H. Come on.
Oh no.
So DMX we tried to get for 5 years. The first year he wanted $1 million to do Uncensored. Uncensored, is appreciably different than Unsung, which is still our number one show, because Uncensored, they get to tell their story the whole hour. They get to discuss whatever they want to discuss and tell us whatever they want to, share. And so the second year he was down to $500,000. The third year, $250,000. The fourth year we didn't call him because the fee that we offered everyone was only $25,000, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that." 3 weeks before he died, he called and asked the producer, "You still got that $25,000?" And she said yes, because they had become friends by then. It was almost like a joke he was telling us, no so long. And he said, "I really want to do this. You all come on and bring your cameras." We went, and he spent three and a half hours telling us his whole life story from start to finish, and made some commitments to do some other things with us. In less than 3 weeks, he was gone. And it's so interesting because oftentimes, old folks say that if you really are in tune with God, and DMX was in tune with God, that's the only brother I know that could call you an MF in one breath and praise the Lord in the second breath. Okay, that brother was a very spiritual human being, had an incredible talent. Okay, he was like Tupac. Okay, so anyway, long story short, he had made some commitments, and then he was gone. And the fact that he chose us to spend his last interview with. 3 hours we have. So it's going to be 2 parts. On Sunday night, it's going to be at 8 p.m. And then the next night, Monday night at 10 p.m., because there was so much information, so much him speaking from his heart and telling us his story in his own words, that we decided to do it 2 nights. The second night, his mother and his ex-wife are also going to be on the air with us.
Ms. H, what was that like? What was that like, Ms. H?
I was not there, but, I mean, it was...
What would you see from the editing room? Because I know you saw the whole interview.
It's so moving because it's like he's not gone. But for Nikki and Jay, who were the producers that actually did the interview with him, and they were the ones who had pursued him all these years because they were, qualified to be president of the DMX fan club. But hey, I have since learned that there are about 10 million other folks who qualified to be the president. He was so of his fan club. He was so respected, so revered. And to watch the footage is as if he hasn't gone anywhere. His depth. This was one heavy brother. And I wonder if he really knew that his time was coming to a closure and that he wanted to document what was on his heart and in his mind before he left, because within 3 weeks we lost him.
Oh, wow. Where were you when you found out, Ms. H? Who called you and told you that he had passed or, got sick? Take us to that moment.
We get news alerts. When he was taken to the hospital, I got the news alert that he was being rushed to the hospital. And, there are always rumors. Some people said he had the COVID shot. Some people said that, it was a drug overdose. The official, though, is that he died of a heart attack. Okay. And excuse me, I mean, in this day and time, particularly with COVID, the stress, most people do not understand the emotional damage that COVID is doing, particularly to members of the Black community. We don't have the best health because of discrimination, because of Jim Crow. One of the things that you all would discover when you watch Urban One Honors, Dr. Ayla Stanford is a pediatrician in Philadelphia who was so angry when she realized that Black people were not being tested for COVID. And they would show up, even though they were being referred by their doctors, they would show up and be turned away at hospitals. Okay, that's the reason, it was so hard for me to adjust to losing my mama, because I really did not feel that she was given a fighting chance to survive. This sister in Philadelphia went out and tested Black people free. So the lab said, yeah, well, that's good, but these tests cost $150 a piece. These people aren't insured that you're testing. She said, put it on my bill. This sister not only went out and tested them, she paid for the tests herself, thousands of tests. And these are the types of stories that we're covering that women are doing on Urban One Honors. That's the reason this is a different show. This is not an award show. This is a show honoring Black women who are really leading the change in Black America, doing unbelievable things to get Stacey Abrams. Okay, is part of our show. What that sister did in Georgia was unheard of. It has changed the entire United States. Right now, as we're talking, 47 states are trying to pass legislation to stop one sister, Stacey Abrams. And to hear this sister tell us exactly what we needed to be doing, what we need to do in the future, and what has happened with voter suppression. This show, I have to honestly say, it is my defining moment. This show is the biggest celebration of Black women and their accomplishments in the history of television.
Miss H, don't go nowhere. You got more time?
I have as much time as you want.
All right, Miss H. This segment is being brought to you by the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage. It's selling November the 6th through the 14th, 2021. Call right now, 214-495-1963 to book your cruise for as low as $500 down and a monthly payment of $330. So go to blackamericaweb.com.